Welcome back, guys, to another Curiosity Tastings, and it's actually our last episode of the season.
Yes.
Can you believe it? We did it.
I can't believe it.
We actually did what we said we were going to do.
We came, we conquered.
We came, we conquered. Before we start, Birdie, what are we drinking today?
Today we are drinking, it's a wine from Israel. Mm-hmm. It is a Givon Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's from the Galilee region. Upper Galilee region. The grapes are actually grown there. Upper Galilee region. In the place that water was turned into wine.
I mean, like, how perfect is that?
How perfect.
How perfect is that? And I found it at Trader Joe's. I was very excited.
Here we go.
Yay!
Yay!
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the excavations at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. This is like a subject that's close to my heart, actually. I'll show you this book. So I bought this book. It's called Secrets of Jerusalem's Temple Mount. Mm-hmm. I bought this like years ago, probably like 10 years ago. And it was my first like foray into archaeology where I was like,
yay.
Yeah, like, cause it's super specific. Like, it gives you pictures and then it says, look at this stone, look at that stone. Like,
so awesome.
Amazing what you can tell from, just stones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by telling you about the Western Wall tunnels. I had the absolute pleasure to go to Israel a while back now. One of my favorite things there was you go to the Western Wall. So you're in Jerusalem, you go to the Temple Mount, you see the Western Wall. Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at it and you look to the left, there's actually this archway with a door, and you can walk through that and go on a tour where you actually go below ground, because the current ground at the Western Wall is like super high up the wall, like the old first century wall.
Mm-hmm. It's covered up.
It's all covered up. So there's actually the first century street down there.
So exciting.
Isn't that so cool? It's so cool.
It has shops and everything.
Yeah,
not shops actually functioning, but
yeah, they're not still down there.
There's not a lot of traffic anymore.
They're like, where'd everybody go? Okay, so the Romans destroyed the temple in 70 AD, right? Mm-hmm. So, and they burned it. Like, they burned everything. So sad. And like, there's actual charred marks. Like, wow. And you can tell where arches were because it's in the form, like you see the smoke, like the charred remains in an archway. So, there was an arch there. And like, so you could just imagine this actually took a really sad turn, but I know. But anyways, but it's just amazing what you can see down there. You know what I mean?
Very exciting.
So like, this is like, I kept this brochure forever, but you can kind of see like what it looks like down there. Yeah. I don't know. There's so much you can see.
There's so much you can see. In fact, you can see these, since they have dug down more, you can see the remains of like part of two arches. One is the Wilson Arch and one is the Robinson Arch. And they both lead into the Temple Mount. The Robinson Arch leads into the Stoa. It's like kind of a covered, there's pillars and it's covered.
It's like a covered patio.
Yeah, like a covered patio. It's really nice. It's really beautiful. Yeah. Covered patio, and one side has like half pillars. And then there's like the pillars here, and then the pillars here are leading into the courtyard. So they both actually eventually get into the courtyard. So, and it's where the Stoa is where the rabbis would teach. Mm-hmm. So it goes all the way back to first century. Yeah. So talking about also the how the Romans destroyed it in 70 AD. Not only did they burn it, but the big giant stones they pushed off, and it went down to the ground. And you can see because of excavation, you actually see those stones. I mean, they're all in one piece now, but
they're just they pushed like up the wall on the Temple Mount. Once they pushed it over, it's like you can see where it cracked the street below.
They're huge stones.
Yeah, huge, like a ton each. These things are huge, and they're perfectly cut.
Yeah,
it's amazing because you can tell between the first century ashlars, they're called ashlars, and the stones like the Crusaders came in and like. They're like smaller stones. Yeah. They're just like, you can really, when you're there, or even if you just look at a picture of it, you can see how city life was and what it must have looked like to go into the temple and everything.
And another sad term, but how to watch it be destroyed. I mean, oh
my gosh.
But they were serious. I mean, those are huge stones. To push them over the wall into the street, that took a lot of manpower.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, the Roman forces, like,
Yeah.
they wanted it, like, completely leveled. It's
Yeah.
insane. Another thing they've excavated are the temple steps, which is, like, on the south side of the Temple Mount. And that's where, like, Jesus would have taught.
Yeah.
Would have been, like, on those steps. And there's two gates. There was the triple gate and the double gate that would both lead you into basically the Stoa.
Yeah.
And then into the temple courts.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy because they're blocked up now because there's like Crusader buildings like in front of it that where they like wanted to guard the gates and stuff like that. But before it was closed off, there were pictures taken, not in the Middle Ages, but like before, when people could still go in and look at it.
Yeah, it's funny. Actually, I was saying that, and we're calling it the Wilson Arch and the Robinson Arch. It's like, well, that's not what they called it.
No, that's not what they called
it. It was, discovered by, Edward Robinson discovered it. So,
in the 1850s.
So,
yeah. But anyways, when you go through these gates, they've taken pictures of like the domes they're still from the 1st century, and they've got like beautiful like mosaic and like designs and everything. I mean, that is so amazing. And it's like, it's from the time of like when Herod did his like reno of the Temple Mount,
like a fixer-upper.
Like a fixer-upper, because he came in, he's like, this place needs to be like, I'm gonna do something amazing.
I'm gonna flip it.
I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip this thing. And he totally extended the whole mount and everything, and built new buildings and the Stoa and all that stuff.
Oh wow!
In fact, the Wilson, I forget which arch. I think it's the Wilson Arch. That one actually led into the upper city where all the more rich people lived. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you were poor, then you would enter through like the Wilson Arch.
Maybe the Robinson
Arch.
Arch.
The Robinson Arch. Yeah. But yeah, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like how much is there that you can see.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
have something to say. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. So like there was all these legends after like when the first temple was destroyed in 586 BC.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, by the Babylonians, like the Ark of the Covenant just like disappeared, right? Like we don't know where it went. Like it's just gone. It's gone. It's just gone in history. Like one of the most important.
It was a big deal back then.
It was a big deal.
Like,
where did it go?
Where did I put it?
Yeah, it's like they had to go somewhere. But anyway, so there's these legends and things, and even like this Jewish historian in like the Middle Ages, he had said that there was a network of tunnels below the Temple Mount where the Ark of the Covenant was like put. I know, I was just like, whew.
I love tunnels under things.
I love tunnels and finding things. The legend was that it was hidden there and just remained there. And then the funny thing is, like, so along comes 1981. So now it's 1981, and the movie.
Dun, 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 dun.
Here comes Indiana Jones, right? And you're probably thinking like, how does this connect? But it's just weird because in 1981 is when the Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, right? The movie, and then that same year, in real life, they were excavating and they found this gate underneath the Temple Mount. And there were 2 rabbis that were attesting to the fact that this very likely is a gate that leads to where the Ark of the Covenant is buried. But they were denied access, so they couldn't get in, and for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason was.
I think it's because Indiana Jones already had.
He already had. Yes, he already had it. Yeah, and it was used as the prop. Like,
yeah,
it was actually in the real thing.
Like, don't tell anyone.
Don't tell anyone. It's like that's how they hide like all of these like artifacts that have been lost.
Yeah,
it's like they just put them in movies, and no one questions it.
That's so funny.
So funny. I was thinking about that later. I'm like, wait a second. Have they been hiding it like right in front of us?
Yeah.
But okay, so that is it. Hooray for us.
A lot of curiosities we discussed.
Lots of things and so much more to come, you guys. I am so excited.
I know, me too. We love it.
We love it. Let us know what you'd like to see more of, and put it in the comments or, whatever you'd like to.
Any curiosity that you can think of, we love it.
Yeah, if you have anything to add or anything, like, let us know. I mean, we're
definitely.
just as curious as you are. So, all right, until next season, guys, here's
curiosity.